Hello everyone, today is Monday, April 12th, and I'll be going over my recap for today. So today was a slow day, very slow day, and you can see I didn't overtrade today. Only traded two stocks, two winners, and pretty much it's sometimes all you need to make your day. So I'm going to go over a few ticker that I avoided and a few kind of new technique that it may help. So far it's been working out, but so let's get to it. So first trade I did was RIOT. So this was a $295. And for this trade, there was a kind of, you can see this trend line, and there was also a rising wedge. So a rising wedge is a very bearish signal, so you can see higher highs, but very slight higher highs, and then higher lows. So I went ahead and see that as a weakness, and I went ahead and looked for a inverted cup and handle right here. So you can see that inverted cup and handle. I went ahead and take that short, and that was pretty much the top of the backside that I took, but I didn't end up trailing that well. I had a nice entry, but I didn't trail this whole move here. But that was a winner of $295 there. I ended up taking it all off here because it was the 15-minute 9 EMA. I was kind of expecting a small bounce on the 15-minute trend and then maybe consolidate around VWAP and then break later. But it ended up kind of just fading all the way back down to the daily 9 EMA. So that was on RIOT. My next trade, or my last trade, was CSCW. So CSCW actually picked the top here. So there's a trend lately that if you see an overextension, you can see how extended it was. One of the kind of patterns I've been seeing is if you look in like the tick chart, like the 133. So for these, you can see there's all these green candles that went up, and you can see this like inverted cup and handle on this tick chart. So that's where I had on my second charting, and I saw it was kind of creating this inverted cup and handle. So I went ahead and took that short, although on the 1 minute chart, you can see it's just pretty much the top there. So I shorted that top there, 3,000 shares. I covered when it was hitting the 5 minute chart or the 1 minute 9 EMA. End up creating like a lower high here where you can short down to the 5 minute as a target. And then that's where I saw the 5 minute chart as a bear flag, and I went ahead and added short there when it failed to break out of this flag line. So you can see there's a flag line here. It pushed, didn't exactly move, and there was a 143 level that was holding here. So I went ahead and looked for that, and that was another spot to add. SSR was on for this stock, so it was a little tricky to enter, but I went in 1,000 shares here. I was trying to add another 1,000 here, but it went too quickly here. But my target there was the 15-minute EMA, which caught up afterwards after this consolidation of 139 or so there. And then I just covered the rest when it was breaking above this flag line right here. So there's the cover of 141 or so on the rest. I took some profits here and covered the rest. And that was just a quick $132 winner there. Nothing much. So those two trade made a total of 428 on just those two. ATNF. So this was the stock that I mentioned that I was probably gonna fade back down. Wait, was it this stock? Oh yeah, in the morning here. So this high day push. I didn't have any locates, but I was expecting a high day push and follow through because the 15-minute is extended. You pull the 15-minute chart up, and you can see after this move here, and then here's the break. You can see how extended this 15-minute chart is. So eventually you'll get that retest, and that's where you get that big candle and just bounce off the 15-minute trend there. So the chart needs to correct. So even though there's volume being picked up there off that higher date break, it's not going to go far. So I've learned, my lesson a few times already, trying to buy these breakout. It does look attractive. It looks like, a cup and handle forming, but these cup and handle needs to form without an extension. So the 15-minute needs to be kind of hugging along this cup to be a valid signal. So yeah, today was a pretty slow day, considering all the stocks that were moving. But I felt like either one, I didn't have shorts located, or two, didn't really set up the right way I wanted to. So yeah, sometimes the best day is just to sit in cash. But fortunately, I took 2 trades and it was pretty stress-free. As you can see, my entries were kind of on point, but my exits, I still need to improve on my exits. I feel like most of the entries I would take are pretty good, but not my exits. I would probably have to learn how to trail a little bit more, or just kind of have more conviction to hold these through. But the reason I, in a good habit of just taking my profits is because I've seen it a lot of time where I just kind of, take my profit and then just rips through, like Hive Day again or something like that. So yeah, sometimes, in the good chance that it does fade, yeah, that's where you wish you trailed a bit more. But in the off chance that it does kind of create a lower high and then break higher, that's where you want to take your profits. So yeah, just a short recap today and just 2 trades. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow, and thanks for watching. Goodbye.